So it looks like Justin Bieber is done staying quiet about the torture that Diddy put him through because he just spilled some major tea about what Diddy really did to him. And y'all would not believe the type of stuff he's saying. Not only did Justin accuse Diddy of clapping his cheeks at them freak-off parties, but Justin is also now accusing Usher of protecting Diddy. Apparently, Usher feels indebted to Diddy, and this is why he hasn't said a word to condemn him ever since the allegations came out. This was also confirmed by Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, who also put Usher on blast a few days ago for deciding to just sit on the evidence that he has on Diddy despite everything Diddy has done. What's even crazier is that now it's being alleged that Usher is still actively sleeping with Diddy on a regular basis. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, there have been some rumors going around for years now that Diddy violated both Justin and Usher when they were both teenagers, and he threatened them into staying silent about it. In fact, Usher has admitted on several occasions that Diddy played with him inappropriately, but has continuously made it a point not to put Diddy on blast. Usher and Diddy have been close associates dating all the way back to the 90s, when L.A. Reid introduced Usher to Diddy at just 14 years old. Diddy was supposed to add Usher to his Flavor Camp mentoring program to help Usher develop his skills as a singer, but he had other plans for Usher, and it ain't have nothing to do with music. See, after L.A. Reid handed Usher over to Diddy, Usher moved in to live with Diddy. And in case y'all are wondering, he lived at the same house that Diddy was having all these crazy parties in. Well, unfortunately, the answer is yes. Usher saw pretty much everything go down at just 14 years old. He revealed in an interview a few years ago that he was made to do some pretty wild stuff that he had no business being involved in at that age.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was
So no, and your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
What's even more shocking is that when he was asked if he would ever allow his own kids to go to this so-called mentorship camp, he said no.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See? And then there's this disturbing video of Diddy seemingly confirming to doing freaky stuff with 14-year-old Usher.
Brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying?
Usher fueled these rumors during his 2005 cover story for Essence magazine. According to the people who were present at the interview, he had no problem answering any of their questions, but as soon as they asked him about the wild stuff that he was made to engage in at Diddy's house, he reportedly got really nervous. He said, "I want to save some for my book one day. I'll put it this way. There was a lot of sex." But see, Usher is not the only boy that Diddy has been accused of because there have also been allegations for years now that he took Justin's innocence and turned him into a raging substance addict. Just like Usher, Justin was 15 when he started hanging out with 40-year-old Diddy. Diddy was out here promising that boy a Ferrari when he turned 16 and a whole mansion when he turned 18.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but yeah. And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay, I get the mansion?
Yeah.
From the video, you can clearly see that Justin was very confused and nervous as to why Diddy would be throwing such expensive gifts at him for nothing. Turns out, Diddy was just trying to lure Justin in with the gifts and then go on to completely ruin him by introducing him to things that a 16-year-old has no business messing with. After this particular video came out, there were some questions raised about Diddy's real intentions with Justin. It got so bad that Justin literally had to stop hanging out with Diddy. That was until sometime later when they met up in the studio. However, Justin looked really scared and traumatized, especially after Diddy asked him why he stopped hanging out with him. He got to stuttering and was shaking the entire time.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
Now, this is where things get real interesting, because even though Usher and Justin were manhandled by Diddy and made to do things they didn't want to do, Usher has continued to be close with Diddy and his associates like Russell Simmons. In fact, in the lawsuit filed against Diddy by producer Lil Rod, Usher and Meek Mill were exposed to some of the people that he would frequently visit during Diddy's freak-off parties and sleep with immature escorts. Lil Rod was hesitant to name drop Usher and Meek, but he left in some very identifiable descriptions to confirm who he was talking about. He described Meek as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, and described Usher as a male R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Meek is in fact a rapper from Philadelphia, and he dated Nicki Minaj from 2015 to 2017. Usher also had a real successful Vegas residency, which reportedly grossed over $100 million. And he did in fact perform at the Super Bowl a couple months ago. I mean, the shoe fits a little too well. And Usher showed public support for Russell Simmons, who is a very well-known SA offender. This is the reason why a lot of people, including Justin, believe Usher is still getting his cheek slapped by Diddy to this day. Apparently, they never actually stopped. And this is part of the reason that Usher hasn't called Diddy out yet. That's his little sugar daddy, and he ain't gonna risk him getting thrown in jail. These allegations were fueled when Diddy's ex-bodyguard appeared in an explosive interview with The Art of Dialogue, and they exposed Usher for intentionally hiding the details of what he knows about Diddy in order to protect him. According to Gene, Mace and Usher literally witnessed everything Diddy did and even have receipts of it, but they're hesitant to bring out the proof.
To live with Diddy, and he know a lot of stuff about Diddy that a lot of people don't know.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher, though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy, too, when he was younger.
Gene also confirmed the rumors of Diddy sleeping with Usher at just 14 years old, when he said he saw Diddy doing crazy things with Usher back in the day. Things got so bad at one point that they had to send Usher to the hospital.
Puff and Usher did have a situation, and that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. Let Usher mama explain that to you. And the hospital was in Scarsdale, New York.
So as y'all can see, Justin is not the only one who believes Usher is hiding something. I mean, it's uncommon for a victim to be this close to his violator, unless they're being manipulated into doing it. People also believe Usher is still getting his cheeks slapped by Diddy, and that's part of the reason he's protecting him. Now, as usual, people had their own thoughts about this. Like this person who said, "I always knew that Usher was shady. No doubt that Usher paid for fame and wealth by having with Diddy, and he didn't care. Usher hasn't been and is not a victim. The fact that Usher is still protecting Diddy shows that he's not a victim." Another person said, "Yes, I think Usher should also be blamed for what Diddy might have done to Justin. Some people shouldn't be able to take care of kids or even be around them for real." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Justin calling Usher out? And do y'all think Usher is really protecting Diddy? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.